Okay, I am on WordPress right now, and this is my dashboard. I've just set the site up. There's no settings here. What I want to show you is a couple things to get started on WordPress. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll over this, and I'm going to just right-click and open this in a new tab. So now I've got my dashboard and my site on the other site. And so this is just the raw site in this style. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change out of this template. I'm going to get into a template that is easy for me to customize. The one that I found is the best is 2012. And here it is, 2012. So I'm going to say activate. The reason for this is if I go back here to this site is it gives me a lot of very simple site that's easy to customize. And I'm going to go ahead and turn a bunch of this stuff off. I'm going to turn off this sidebar here. I'm going to turn off the lolcats and the text here at the top, and that'll push the menu up to the top. And that'll give me the kind of my raw site. So really I'm going to end up undoing a bunch of stuff here that is already been done kind of to help me out. So I'm going to go to customize, and I'm going to go to site identity, and I'm going to turn off display site title. So now that's gone, and I'm going to say save and publish and go back. And now I'm going to go to header, and I'm going to upload an image to the theme. So I'm going to add a new theme, and I'm going to select files here and see if I can find it. Let's see here. I think got it in my lolcat assets. There we go. And let's see here. Okay, so there's my header image. And I'm going to select that and drop it in. I'm going to skip the crop. And so now I've got an image here on my site. Don't worry about a lot of this, that it's not the right size. I'll go back and resize it later. I'm going to save and publish that. Now I'm going to turn off the sidebar. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go to widgets. I'm going to look at the main sidebar, and I'm going to just remove these. So what this is going to do is it's going to clear up some real estate for me to drop my own widgets in here later on. Okay, and as soon as that last one's gone, watch what happens here. So it goes all the way across. So I've got now the full width of the page to drop stuff in. So again, I'm going to save and publish. And we'll close that. And so now I'm going to add some pages here. So I'm going to go to pages, and I'm going to add a new page. And I'm going to call this home. And I'm just going to say this is my home page. And publish that. And I'm going to add another one. And we'll call it blog. Publish that. And another one, and I'm going to call this events. Publish that. Interesting thing here on events, I need to change this actually to calendar for the link. And I'll show you that in the next video, but you have to change this to calendar. So update that. So those are my three main pages to get me started here. So if I go back to pages now, I've got these pages. I've also got the sample page. I'm going to go ahead and trash that. And I'm kind of ready to go here. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set a place for my blog entries to go and a place for my events to go and so on. So by default, as you make posts, you have to keep in mind here that we're making posts, individual posts, this content that are going to show up on these pages. So the posts by default are just simply a title and some copy. So if I go to all posts, there's a hello world here, and I can add another one and I'm going to call it article 1. And again, I'm going to add a image, and I'm going to go to upload here, and we'll select. I'm just going to grab a couple of these as we go. Okay, got to insert that, and then I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to drop some text in. And actually, I'm going to go get a lorem ipsum generator here. Perfect. Let's see here. So we want 5 paragraphs, generate it. Awesome. And so now I've got some copy here that I can just copy and paste in. Instead of this. Okay, so also interesting thing, if you click on this, it'll tell you how your text will flow. So I want this this image to be floating like this. The image will be above the text. And again, you'll see why in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to add another one. And add another image. And again, we paste. And check, make sure that it's doing the right thing. Yep. Publish that. So now I've got a couple articles we can just drop in here, but if I go back now to my posts, one of the things that we can do is we can put these in categories, and that's important because what we're going to do is we're going to group this stuff by categories later on. So I'm going to change that to, let's see, bulk actions, all categories. So I'm going to go in and actually create an category here. If I go down to categories on the post, I'm going to add a new category. I'm going to call it article. There we go. See how about CLE? Add it. And we're going to add another one. I'm going to call it blog. I'm going to add that. And that's good for now. So I'm done. And so I'm going to publish this or update this. And actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say this is an article. So I'm going to get rid of these and we'll update that. Okay, go back to my posts. And I'm going to publish or check this one. And I'm going to assign that to an article as well. Okay, so we've gotten it set up here. We've got 2 blog posts. We've got a little bit of space here. We've got some style, or I'm sorry, a menu here. We've got 2 home buttons, so we're going to need to fix that. So I've got article 2 and article 1 here. Well, really what we want is we don't really want these on the landing page, on the home page. We want to be able to have it look exactly like the PDF. So what I'm going to do is go back here and I'm going to define a landing page for my site. So if I go to, again, appearance, customize, and static front page, I'm going to say your front page displays a static front page, and that is going to be called my home page. And so this is the home page that I created, not the one that Drupal or that WordPress gave me. My posts page, I'm going to leave that blank, and you'll see on that later. So now I've got, this is my home page. My site's gotten a lot simpler. If I come back here and I refresh this, one of my home buttons goes away. So I've got my home and there's no content here yet. If I go to my blog, same thing, no content and no events. So you're not seeing any of these articles that I'm posting. And what we've got to do is we've got to create a widget to display these articles or portions of these articles then we can click into those articles and see the full article later. But if you'll remember, if I go back to preview, let's see if I can find my lolcats, there it is. If I come back and look at this, what I've got is home page, and I've got article, article, article. This is dynamic content. You're not going to be hard coding this content. You want this article to magically appear with a widget. So as the user posts blog posts, they'll just automatically appear here. Same thing by going to the blog. So if you go down here to the blog, this list here is going to be automatically generated. This is static content over here about the author, and this might be blog content that you would automatically generate as well, or it could be just static content. For us, it's going to be static content for right now. But the important thing to remember here is this is dynamic content, which means that as the user posts blog posts, these are going to just auto-populate and appear. And we do that with widgets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop now and come back, and I'm going to install the plugins that are for the assignment. There's a list of plugins. And once those are installed, I can start getting some more content listed here.